and an exciting evening of high school basketball. Tonight, the Paulding Panthers, coached by Matt Arlano, will take on your own Hicksville Aces, coached by Josh Freeze. The Board of Education Superintendent and Athletic Council of Hicksville High School extend to each of you a cordial welcome to tonight's basketball game. Both Hicksville High School and Paulding High School are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by the high standards of conduct and sportsmanship required during athletic competition. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a great country with freedoms like no other. In order to honor America and in respect for all who have served and who are currently serving to defend our freedoms, please stand as the Hicksville High School Pep Band, under the direction of Mr. Zach Kohlmeyer, performs our national anthem.
Well, good evening, everybody, and once again, welcome to the Red Zone here at Hicksville High School as we are getting ready for the second of our two live streams here this evening. And, all right. I'll keep talking. I accidentally disconnected one of our cameras, pointing at the scoreboard. So we will get that. Get that re-established here.
5'9" junior, number 32, Ellie Barton. Panthers are coached by Matt Arlano, Ben Barton, Alex Arlano.
And while Christopher is taking care of that,
and introducing the starting lineup for your Hicksville Aces.
we'll go ahead and fill in the starting lineups for tonight's varsity action here at the Red Zone. We'll begin with the visiting Lady Panthers of Paulding. Their starting five, number one, is Addison Pease. She's a 5'4" freshman. Also getting the start tonight, number 15, Michaela Supel. Michaela Supel, a 5'4" senior. Number 20, Brooklyn Schlatter. She's a sophomore, standing at 5'7". Number 23 is senior Carly Kukuk, and she's 5'9". Number 32, Ellie Barton, a 5'9" junior. For the Lady Aces, their starting five, the regular starting five. Number 3, Kennedy Adams. Number 5, Leah Seitz. Number 11 is Hayden Nyhart. Number 13, Lindsay Bergman. And number 15, Ashlyn Sturry, getting the start tonight. So we'll get ready to get this varsity contest underway shortly. Again, thanks for joining us here this evening. Earlier, and they shortened junior varsity game. It was the Lady Aces defeating the Lady Panthers 12-10. They only played 2 quarters. And we'll get ready for this. This is going to be a full game, all 4 8-minute quarters coming your way here tonight on HIX-TV. I want to thank all of our underwriters making our coverage possible. We'll be mentioning them several times throughout the live stream this evening. Bill Murphy calling the action for you tonight. Chris Warner alongside, operating the camera and overseeing the OBS software, tip controlled by the Lady Aces, and we're underway. Leah Seitz to Sturry on the wing. Back to Leah. Long pass to Adams. Adams kick it back out as the Lady Aces will set their offense. The Lady Panthers come into tonight's game with a 1-13 record overall. They're 1-2 in the Green Meadows Conference. This is a conference game, of course. The Lady Aces are 2-13 overall on the season, and they are 0-3 in the GMC, looking for their first conference win. Hopefully that'll come tonight. Rebound grabbed by Kukuk, and she tosses it over to Schlatter. Schlatter now to Pease. As the Lady Panthers will work it, it's going to go out of bounds, last touched by the Lady Aces, so the ball will remain in the hands of Paulding. The Aces, of course, in their home whites with the red numerals, black trim. Paulding in their road maroon with the white numerals and white trim. Nice pass inside. It bounces, and down it goes. And that's Kukuk's first bucket of the night, and an early 2-0 lead for the Lady Panthers. Out of bounds, it's going to stay with Hicksville. 1 minute into this varsity contest. Seitz gets it inbounds to Adams. Quickly back to Leah Seitz. Adams now to Sturry. Sturry, long pass over to Seitz, who puts it up off the rim. No good. Put back by Bergman is no good. Nyhart no good. And Bergman again off the glass. Finally gets it to go down. Bergman ties us at 2. Sooner or later, one of those baskets was going through the hoop. Pass down low to Barton. She'll roll around and put it up and put it in. Ellie Barton with her first 2 points of the night to make it a 4-2 game. Back on top for the Paulding Panthers. Sturry gets the ball taken away. Layup is no good, and Adams grabs the rebound. Now to Seitz. And Seitz going to have a timeout called by Josh Freese on the Hicksville bench. Early timeout with only we're just not even 2 minutes into the contest here. Quick 30-second timeout. As we mentioned, the Upper Deck is here tonight. They'll be providing the musical entertainment for us this evening. Always fun to have them here on the games we cover. And another special thing coming up at halftime is, again, the Mini Aces are here this evening. And the little ones, the second and third graders, were showing off their dribbling skills between the junior varsity and the varsity game. We had some of that towards the end of our first live stream. At halftime, it's going to be the fourth, fifth, and sixth graders, I believe, showing off their skills on the floor. Adams gets the ball into Nyhart, right back to Adams. Adams quickly up the floor. She'll hold up just shy of the timeline. Tries to get it to Hayden Nyhart. It's out of her reach and out of bounds. So turnover back to the Lady Panthers. Brooklyn Schlatter puts the ball in the hands of Peace. Pease back to Schlatter, and back to Pease, top of the key. Bounce pass down, Schlatter on the wing. Down low, tries to get it inside to Kukuk. She'll toss it over to Pease, puts it up, and down it goes. Addison Pease makes it a 6-2 game. And another steal by the Lady Panthers, and that one off the hands of Schlatter, out of bounds, so it'll go back to the Lady Aces. So Hicksville kind of dodges the bullet there. Bergman to Adams. Adams, nice bounce pass, but it's knocked out of Sturry's hands and out of bounds by Barton. So Hicksville will reset an inbounds from the baseline into Bergman, up off the glass. No good. Schlatter comes back the other way to Pease. And she traveled. So out of bounds to the Aces, side court. Near side towards us. Our broadcast position, of course, center court right behind the scoring table. Leah Seitz loses dribble, gets it back, tosses it over to Kennedy Adams. Sturry now. And now Bergman. They'll work it around the perimeter. See if they can get something to open up inside. Whoops. But Seitz, and now to Sturry. And back to Alyssa Seitz, top of the key. Adams. So again, they'll work it inside to Nyhart. Nyhart bounces off her hands, gets it to Bergman. Bergman puts it up off the glass, no good. And the rebound comes down to Kukuk, and she'll get it over to Pease. Pease now quickly to Suffel, excuse me. Now the shot up from three-point land, no good and out of bounds. It'll go to the Lady Aces. Brooklyn Schlotter's shot errant and out of bounds. Adams into Bergman, quickly back to Adams, who runs into Suffel. And it comes into Pease's hands. She puts it up, no good, and the rebound grabbed by Lindsey Bergman. Bergman quickly up the floor. Bergman loses the dribble. It rolls on the floor. Jump ball, and I believe that should go to Paulding. Yep. The Aces controlled the tip, and this is the first change of possession on the arrow. So ball inbounds, and here come the Lady Panthers up by 4. New player into the game for Paulding, that's Brianna Barmajo. And that'll be a foul on Bergman. That'll be her first, team foul number 1. Common foul on the floor, inbounds to Barton. Barton to Schlatter. Schlatter drives into the paint and then kicks it back out to Kukuk. Kukuk tries to feed it down low. It's loose on the floor, and it winds up in the hands of Lindsey Bergman. She'll toss the ball to Story. Story to Seitz. Leah Seitz running the point, setting it up. Now Perna into the game, gets the ball. Inside to Bergman, back out to Victoria Perna. She puts it up off the back of the hoop, no good. Down the floor comes Bermajo. She'll put it up and get the roll. Brianna Bermajo. Here come the Aces, and the pass is stolen up and no good. Put back by Peace, no good. Seitz with the rebound, trapped in a double team, looking for some help, gets it out to Story. Story will hold up, get it back to Leah Seitz. Leah over the hands of Perna and out of bounds to the Lady Panthers. Adams into the game, and Ashlyn Story will step out for a bit of a breather with 2:51 to go in our first quarter. Addison Pease with the ball for the Lady Panthers, up 8-6. Quick whistle. And Bergman's going to pick up her second foul. That's away from the basketball, under the basket. Another foul on the floor. Bergman will come out, and Alyssa Seitz will come into the game for her. Again, a 6-point lead for the Lady Panthers. They've got the ball. Quick bounce pass inside. Barton turnaround, no good. Slapped out of bounds. It'll be Aces ball. 2:39 to go. Hicksville looking to get the ball in bounds against some pressure from the Panthers. Seitz has the ball knocked loose. It'll go out of bounds into the hands of Suffel. And another whistle. And Alyssa Seitz will quickly pick up a foul. That'll be team foul number 3 on the Aces. So far, the Panthers haven't committed a foul in this first quarter. Again, Paulding with the ball at the baseline, out of bounds. Inbounds and stolen away by Nyhart. Nyhart gets the ball to Leah Seitz, guarded by Suffel. Seitz works her way through traffic, feeds it down low to Alyssa Seitz, up and good. Alyssa Seitz with the hoop, and that makes it an 8-4 game. Panthers back on offense. Barton spin, puts it up, no good. Nyhart with the rebound. Over to Leah Seitz. Seitz over the head of Perna and out of bounds again. So Panthers with the ball back. Armijo gets it in to Peace. Peace over to the wing. Shot up by Sufel. Off the glass and good. Michaela Sufel makes it an 11-4 game. Was that a three-pointer for her? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 20, Brooklyn Schlatter into the game for the Panthers. Number 13, Lindsey Bergman into the game for the Aces.
So Bergman back in for Perna. Peace will get a breather. Schlatter back into the game for her. Bergman to Adams. Adams coming up the side court. Tries to feed it down low to Seitz. It's off her hands and out of bounds, and back to the Panthers. Schlatter gets the ball into Sufel with a minute and a half to go. Sufel traveled. 1:27, and the Aces get the ball back. Trailing by 7, 11-4 our score here in the first quarter. Adams, easy bounce pass in to Lindsey Bergman. Bergman tied up, and she's going to draw the foul. I think that's going to be on number 2. Yep. Brianna Barmajo. Or Bramajo? Okay.
I'll check during halftime.
I went down. I thought you said Barmajo. We mean no disrespect, so if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, I apologize. But I went down, and the lady said it was Barmajo. I said, okay. Or was it Bermajo? But
I'll go with what?
Bermajo, is what she said. Back to the game at hand. Apologize for going off on the tangent there. Aces with the ball. They're down by 7. Bounce pass to Seitz, and she can't handle it, out of bounds. And another turnover to the Lady Panthers. Under a minute to go here, 59.9 seconds. Ball inbounds, and Schlotter's going to bring it up. Over to Sufel. To Lucy Breyer in the game now, wearing number 21. We'll move it around the perimeter, down low, shot up, blocked partially by Bergman, but the Panthers get it back. Sufel puts it up, and then another put back. That's by number 23, Kukuk. Kukuk gets 4 points now, 13-4. Adams goes up, and she's going to draw the foul from Lucy Breyer. So Breyer with her first, and that's team foul number 2 now on the Panthers. 24.2 seconds, Kennedy Adams at the line. Misses the first one. Sturry will come into the game, and Bergman will step out. And Adams will have her second shot coming up. She hits that one. Makes it a 13-5 game, cuts the lead to 8. Bounce pass. Bermajo. Driving baseline. Bounce pass. Over to Kukuk. And back to Bermajo. Up. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. So we've played the first 8 minutes, and at the end of the first, it's the visiting Lady Panthers leading the Aces 13-5, our first quarter score. Well, we've got time here between quarters. We want to say a big thank you to one of our diamond level underwriting supporters, underwriting all of our Aces sports coverage here on Hicksville Community Television. And that's the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. Hey, if you're in the market for a vehicle, whether you're looking for something brand new, pre-owned, car, truck, van, or SUV, stop by, check out the great selection they have on the lots at the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships, or you can check out the entire dealer inventory anytime online at jimschmidtauto.com. Remember, it's always about service before, during, and after the sale at the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. Proud to have them 14 years now, underwriting all of our Aces sports coverage here on Hicksville Community Television. 8 minutes to go. In this second quarter, it'll be Paulding's ball. All right. Inbounds, and Addison Peace bringing the ball up. Lady Panthers will work it around the perimeter. Peace drives into the paint. Pull-up jumper partially blocked by Alyssa Seitz and Leah Seitz, and it'll be a tie-up between Leah Seitz and Bermejo, and that will go to the Aces on the possession arrow. Story down to Porter, back to Story. Lady Aces look to get something going here offensively to try to cut into the Panthers' lead. That'll be knocked out of bounds off the hands of Kakuk, and it'll be Aces' ball on the far side. Seitz launches it into Bergman. Bergman, couple bounces, then to Adams. Adams from just inside the three-point arc is errant, and it'll be off of one of the Lady Aces out of bounds, Paulding ball. Peace bringing the ball across half court. Bounce pass onto the wing, and then quickly, and Peace will reset. Sufel's bounce pass to Schlatter. They'll work it around the perimeter. Sufel now driving in. Tries to get around Bergman, nothing doing. Bermejo puts it up, no good. And Porter steps in and grabs the rebound. Over to Leah Seitz. Seitz blocked by Sufel. Sufel gets it to Schlatter. Schlatter. And she travels. So the Aces get the ball back, and Panthers don't get a shot off. Looks like Miss Neihart may be suffering with a little bit of a bloody nose on the sideline. Inbounds to Leah Seitz to Adams. Adams down the floor and way over the head of Story. Out of bounds and back to the Panthers. Addison Pease, guarded by Adams. Over to Sufel. Sufel feeds it off to Schlatter. And back to Pease. Bounce pass, Schlatter down in the corner. Sufel off the iron, no good. Story with the rebound for the Lady Aces. Story trying to pass it. Finally is able to break free. And double dribble by Leah Seitz turns the ball back over to the Lady Panthers. Michaela Sufel gets the ball in to Addison Pease. Bounce pass down to Sufel again. Now out front to Schlatter. Schlatter guarded by Bergman, goes around her. Bounce passes it down to Sufel from just inside the three-point arc. No good, and a rebound by Schlatter fouls Neihart as she goes for the rebound. That'll be team foul number 3 on the Lady Panthers. Common foul, and inbounds to Neihart from Adams. Adams gets the ball back, and a timeout called by Coach Freese as Neihart was having a hard time getting the pass over to Adams. 5:55 to go here in quarter number 2. This will be a full 1-minute timeout, and it'll be a great time for me to say a big thank you to our gold level underwriting supporter, underwriting all of our Aces basketball coverage here on Hicksville Community Television, and that, of course, our good friends at the Subway of Hicksville, Ohio, where Al and the gang say, "Go Lady Aces," and remind you to download the app to your mobile device so you can take advantage of great in-app specials. Also, mobile ordering. They can have your food ready for you. You can just run in and pick it up, or curbside pickup is available as well. We want to thank them so very much for their continued support of our Aces basketball broadcast. Subway of Hicksville, Eat Fresh, Refresh, proud sponsors of the Subway Player of the Game Award. that we give out at the end of each boys and girls varsity basketball broadcast that we do here on Hicksville Community Television, which means we're going to be giving one of those out a little later tonight. Want to thank them so very much. Remember, Subway of Hicksville, it's a great place to stop before or after the game or anytime. Subway of Hicksville, Ohio, proud sponsors of the Subway Player of the Game. 5:55 as Aces break huddle. It'll be Hicksville's ball out of bounds on the baseline. Kennedy Adams looking to get the ball inbounds. Does to Neihart, right back to Adams. Adams straight up the floor. She's going to feed it off to Seitz down in the corner. Shot up, no good. It's going to be out of bounds and back to the Panthers. Brianna Bermajo gets the ball in to Addison Pease. And here come the Lady Panthers. Bermajo down in the corner in a double team. Tries to get out of there. She does. Nice feed down low, but she can't handle the ball. And it'll be a jump ball, a tie-up. And the possession arrow keeps the ball in the hands of the Lady Panthers. That was Kukuk battling away in the jump ball. Pease gets it in to Barton. Barton's shot is blocked and then grabbed by Lindsey Bergman. She'll drop the ball off to Leah Seitz. Seitz launches it down the floor and there's nobody there. And it goes out of bounds back to the Lady Panthers. Bermajo into Pease. Paulding sets the offense. Pease drives baseline, lays it up and in. 4 points now for Addison Pease, and it's a 15-5 game as the Lady Panthers increase their lead to 10. Adams launches it down to Seitz. Leah Seitz doesn't get the ball to drop, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. That'll be on number 23. Kukuk will get her first. So Kukuk picks up her first. And Seitz misses. That's 4 team fouls, by the way, now on the Paulding Panthers. Leah Seitz with one more. Misses them both. Rebound comes out. Almost grabbed by Neihart, but it's off her hands and scooped up by the Panthers. Bermajo. To Pease, back to Bermajo. She'll hold up, feeds it now all the way across to Sufel for three, no good. Neihart grabs the rebound to Leah Seitz, and Seitz is going to be fouled by Michaela Sufel. That'll be a common foul, and it'll be out of bounds to the Aces. That's team foul number 5 now on the Panthers. Aces a couple away from going into the bonus. Hicksville down by 10, looking to get something going here offensively. They need a little bit of a run. Story down to Seitz. Her shot up and good. Long two for Leah Seitz. Hopefully that'll break the scoring ice a little bit for the Lady Aces. Panthers bounce pass. And right back to Pease, top of the key for three. No good. Neihart grabs the rebound to Seitz. Seitz being guarded closely by Schlatter. Bounce pass to Bergman. Bergman guarded by Pease. Bounce pass. And that's going to be out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by Barton, it looks like. So the Aces will maintain possession of the basketball. Seitz down into the corner to Neihart. Right back to Leah Seitz. 3:55. We're past the halfway point of quarter number 2. Adams to Sturry. And back to Seitz. Back to Adams. And back to Seitz. Sturry from just inside three-point arc, and that's good. Ashlyn Sturry with the bucket to make it a 15-9 game. Schlatter, jump shot, no good. She's fouled. That's going to be on Leah Seitz. That's her first, team foul number 4 on the Aces. And Brooklyn Schlatter will shoot 2 from the free throw line with 3:25 to go. Clock stopped. Schlatter's first one's good. And makes it 16-9. Sufel back into the game for Paulding. And that one's good too. Schlatter hits them both. Adams guarded by Schlatter. To Sturry. Sturry to Neihart. Neihart guarded by Sufel. Gets it to Leah Seitz, who puts up the runner. No good. Bergman in a jump ball situation with Cookuk. Bergman into to Neihart, right back to Lindsay, who puts it up. No good. And she gets her own rebound, and that one does go down. Under 3 minutes now. Schlatter with the ball. Over to Sufel. Down low. Shot up. No good. Bergman grabs the rebound. Bergman, bounce pass to Sufel. Stolen away, and she'll be fouled by Leah Seitz. But Leah really didn't have anything else to do. She had to foul her. That's 2 now on Leah Seitz. Team foul number 5, I believe. And Sufel will shoot 2. Her team up by 6, 17-11. Sufel's first one good. She's got one more coming. And she hits them both. 5 points now unofficially for Michaela Sufel. Adams to Sturry, back to Adams. Adams up the floor. Moves it back towards the center of the court. Now to Sturry again. Back to Adams. Adams hands it off to Seitz. Bounce pass to Sturry inside to Bergman. Back to Seitz. They'll work it around. Adams will take the shot. Gets it. 3 points now for Kennedy Adams, and it's back to a 6-point game, 19-13. Closing in on the 2-minute mark. Pease over to Schlatter. Schlatter drives into the paint, puts up the hook shot, no good. Sturry with the rebound to Seitz. Leah Seitz looking up the floor, bounce pass it into Sturry. Over to Bergman. Bergman bounce pass down to Neihart, up, in and out, no good. Rebound grabbed by Barton. Over to Pease, and here come the Lady Panthers with 1:42. Sufel, long pass cross court to Schlatter, inside to Pease. Pease has to kick it back out, and that pass intercepted by Leah Seitz. Seitz looking for some help, gets it out to Sturry. Sturry tried to feed it down low, and that's going to be out of bounds to the Lady Panthers with 1:19 to go before halftime. Pease. Bounce pass to Sufel. Back to Pease. She runs in, puts it up, no good. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be Aces ball. Checking back into the game for Paulding, number 21. Number 21 is Lucy Breyer. She'll step in, and Kukuk will step out for a breather. Adams launches it in to Sturry, to Neihart. Neihart back to Kennedy Adams. Down to Alyssa Seitz, who puts it up and in. 4 points now for Alyssa Seitz. And it's 19-15. Lady Aces close the gap to 4. Under a minute to go. He's over to Schlatter. Schlatter for 3. That's going to be short. And Seitz, Alyssa Seitz, grabs the rebound, tosses it to Leah Seitz. Leah Seitz runs into Sufel, gets it out of there to Adams. Adams, bounce pass, and that's going to be out of bounds. 23 back into the game. Kukuk. Breyer will sit down, and Bermejo will inbounds it to Pease. .22 seconds. Sufel, bounce pass down low, shot up, no good. Put back, and that does go down for Kukuk. That's 6 points for Carlia. Nyhart trapped in the corner. Looking for some help. Gets the ball out of there to Seitz. Seitz to Alyssa Seitz, and she traveled. She was heading towards the basket and concentrating on controlling the basketball and took one step too many. 1.4 seconds. Inbounds, Peace takes the long shot off the glass. Ooh, no good. So we've reached halftime, and at the intermission, it's the visiting Lady Panthers of Paulding leading the Hicksville Aces by 6, 21-15, our halftime score. And as we mentioned, the Mini Aces are going to be taken to the floor here at halftime, strutting their stuff a little bit. The Mini Aces is an after-school program. It's organized, and the kids are coached by John Haggerty, or Dr. Haggerty, as we refer to him, Doc Haggerty, who's helping out on the sidelines right off. The program starts for the kids in November, and it's for grades 2 through 6. And it's an awful lot of fun. The kids have a great time, and we're glad to have them here tonight showing off some of their skills out on the floor during halftime. Hey, it's halftime. We also want to say a big thank you to another one of our Diamond Level underwriting supporters, making our coverage possible here on Hicksville Community Television, underwriting all of our Aces Sports broadcasts, and that's our good friends at APT Manufacturing Solutions of Hicksville, Ohio, located in Hicksville's Industrial Park. World-class facility offering robotic packing and palleting solutions, welding, powder coating, lots more. And they're looking to add to their roster. They've got positions available. If you're interested, go online to www.aptmfg.com/careers. That'll give you a full listing of all the opportunities they have available. Many of them have specialized training, certification possibilities, and more. You can fill out an application, upload your resume. They'd love to hear from you, and who knows, maybe you can become a part of the APT Manufacturing family. We want to thank them again for their support of all of our Aces Sports broadcasts here on Hicksville Community Television. Tony Nicewander and all the gang at APT Manufacturing Solutions of Hicksville, Ohio, and online at www.aptmfg.com/careers. As you can see, the little Mini Aces are out there strutting their stuff. It's always fun to see them. And there's a few of them out there that in about 5 or 6 years, we're going to be talking about them during either the junior high broadcasts or the high school broadcasts here on Hicksville Community Television.
Well, this is also 4 through 6, so we might see some of these kids next year.
Next year, it's entirely possible, yeah. I was about to say something. It's like, I hope I'm still around here and doing this in 5 years. But
I hope so too, Bill.
Yeah. Well, before we run down the unofficial scoring from the first half, let me say another big thank you to another one of our Diamond Level underwriters here on Hicksville Community Television. That's going to be the Hicksville Pharmacy. They're your good neighbor pharmacy located right in the heart of downtown Hicksville, Ohio, a full-service pharmacy for you and your family's pharmaceutical needs. They also have medical supplies and equipment, over-the-counter medications, and more. Gifts and sundries, greeting cards, candles, Ohio State, Michigan paraphernalia, toys, and more. It's a great place to stop and just sort of browse around. You should make it a part of your itinerary anytime you're planning a shopping trip in and around downtown Hicksville. We want to thank the Myers family so much for their continued support of our Aces Sports broadcasts. And remember, if you want information about getting a COVID booster, flu shots, or anything else, feel free to give them a call. It's 419-542-6218 for the Hicksville Pharmacy. Once again, they're your good neighbor pharmacy located right in the heart of downtown Hicksville, Ohio. Well, before we get the second half underway, let's pass along some unofficial scoring. Again, if you're just joining us at halftime, it's the Panthers leading the Aces 21-15, the halftime score. For the Lady Aces, first half scoring went this way. Leah Seitz had a bucket for 2, and Ashlyn Sturry also a bucket for 2. Kennedy Adams next in line. She had a bucket and a free throw for 3 points in the first half. And then it was Lindsay Bergman and Alyssa Seitz, both of them with 2 field goals and 4 points each. On the other side, the Lady Panthers, they were, we've got Brianna Bermijo with a bucket and 2. Also, Ellie Barton with a bucket and 2 points. And Brooklyn Schlatter with 2 free throws for 2 points. After that, it's Addison Pease with a couple of field goals for 4. Michaela Sufel with a 3-pointer and 2 free throws. Oh, I just knocked the camera out again. She had 5. And Carly Kukuk with 3. And that was number 32, Barton. Kukuk had 6 in the first half. I just hit the cable and took out our scoreboard cam. So I apologize for that. We'll see if we can get that back up and running shortly. Bergman with the 2. I'll just leave that to Christopher when he gets a chance.
Yep.
And focus on the action on the court. Schlatter to Sufel. Sufel for 3. No good. Rebound comes down to Bergman. See, I shouldn't have stood up. That's what gets you. When you stand up and sit down, that's when I catch the HDMI cable. Bergman. Bounce pass to Sturry to Adams. Underneath to Nyhart. And we're going to have is that a time call? Nope. So Seitz inbounds to Adams. Over to Leah Seitz again. Sturry, Adams, back to Sturry, top of the key. Seitz. It's good for 3. Seitz makes it a 23-20 game and closes the gap to 3. Other end of the floor, Schlatter's up, no good. She gets her own rebound, comes in a little closer, puts that one up, no good. Nyhart grabs the board. Leah Seitz quickly up the floor. Seitz, runner, no good. She'll be fouled. And we'll get set for the free throws here. That's going to be on number 23. Kukuk gets her second. Team foul number 1 here in the second half. And 2 shots for Leah Seitz. She hits the first one. And Leah's going to have one more.
All right, it's back.
Gets them both. And it's a 1-point game now, 23-22. Panthers with the lead and the ball, and we're going to have a whistle and timeout on the floor. So our first timeout of the second half comes from the Paulding bench. They got the, probably just as well because they forgot to reset the fouls. So now that we've got the scoreboard back on, they've corrected it so we don't have incorrect information on the screen. But 23-22, Panthers leading the Aces. Quick 30-second timeout. Bill Murphy, Chris Warner, glad to have you here with us at the Red Zone tonight. An early start, which is just as well, early finish, because it's supposed to maybe be some heavy weather out there this evening. As much as Christopher likes to put on his rain slicker and run around and measure rain gauges around the Hicksville area for the National Weather Service, and he does do that. I'm not kidding when I say that. So if you ever see some crazy person out in this huge thunderstorm
in a bright blue jacket,
holding a little thing that looks like a whirligig measuring wind speed, that's Chris. 6:07 to go. Inbounds for the Lady Panthers. Sufel with the ball. Moves in, puts it up, and she'll draw the foul from Leah Seitz. That will be Leah's third. Yeah. Seitz picks up her third personal foul and team foul that should be number 1, I think. That should be the first team foul for the Aces. There we go. That one's no good for Sufel. She'll have one more. Wow, that scared me. It didn't scare her. Putback is up and good. Sufel missed it. But Cook right there, and she got the rebound and put down the hoop. 25-22, back to a 3-point lead. Nyhart grabbing the basketball underneath Bergman, up and good. Bergman makes it a 1-point game again, 25-24. In Peace puts up the runner, no good. And Nyhart grabbing the rebound, gets it to Leah Seitz. 5:20 to go. Seitz to Bergman. To Nyhart. Nyhart moves it around, doesn't get the bounce. Story stops short of committing the foul against Pease. Pease feeds it off to Schlatter, who puts up the runner, no good. And Nyhart with the board again. Leah Seitz working her way up the floor, and it's taken away by Cook. To Peace. Peace works into traffic, puts up the runner, no good, and Story grabs the rebound. Leah Seitz now looking things over. Down low to Nyhart. Nyhart, turn around, up, not quite enough on it. Her putback, no good, but she's fouled and she'll go to the line. That'll be on 20. That'll be the second on Brooklyn Schlatter. Team foul number 2, and Hayden Nyhart at the line to shoot 2. Nyhart misses the first one. She'll have one more. Misses that one too. That'll be out of bounds to the Panthers. 4:33 to go in our third quarter. Peace brings the ball across the half court. Schlatter on the wing. Inside, now down low to Sufel. Sufel drives the hoop, and it's blocked by, and it's going to be a whistle. That's probably going to be on Bergman. Yep. Lindsey Bergman picks up her third personal. And that'll be team foul number 2 on the Aces. Sufel shoots 2. Misses. 0 for 3 so far here in the second half. Nyhart gonna step out for a bit of a breather in for her, Alyssa Seitz. Also, Bermejo comes in. Sufel's second free throw. No good. Sturry with the rebound. Ashlyn across midcourt. Bounce pass to Adams. Adams, and her pass taken away by Schlatter, who lays it up and lays it in. Brooklyn Schlatter, that's 4 points for her now. And it's back to being a 3-point game, 27-24. Seitz looking to change that. Oh, just misses. Schlatter grabs the rebound, launches it down the floor to Cook. She almost traveled and winds up losing the ball out of bounds. Nyhart comes into the game for Bergman. Kennedy Adams waiting to inbounds the ball on the baseline with 3:51 to go in the third quarter. You see her dad watching the action from the doorway. Adams to Story. Story in a double team, and that's going to be a foul on Pease. That'll be Addison's first. That's team foul number 3 on the Panthers, and it'll be on the floor, so out of bounds to the Lady Aces, side court. Adams. Corner, that's Story. No good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with the Aces. Seitz directing a little traffic, getting ready for the inbounds. Quick bounce pass into Nyhart, over to Adams. Now down to Seitz in the corner. Try to get it inside to Nyhart, and it's stolen away by Kukuk. Now down the floor quickly to Sufel for the Lady Panthers. Back to Kukuk, who goes up the middle, no good. And that'll be another one on Pease as she goes over the back of Alyssa Seitz. And team foul number 4 for the Lady Panthers. Story will step out. And Lindsey Bergman back in for Hicksville. Quick inbounds to Seitz. She tosses it right back to Kennedy Adams. And here we go. Adams bounce pass to Seitz. Seitz in a double team, gets out of it. Seitz drives baseline, feeds it over to Bergman, whose shot is up and short. Slaughter grabs the rebound to Pease. Pease down to Bermajo. She has to back it out. Bounce pass back to Pease. Now over to Sufel on the wing. Sufel driving into the paint, and she's going to have it taken away by Lindsey Bergman. Bergman to Leah Seitz. Over to Adams. Adams now back to Seitz. Inside to Bergman. Quickly over to Alyssa Seitz. And she's going to be fouled, and Alyssa's going to go to the line. And I think that one's going to be another one on Kukuk. Yep.
That's her third.
That's 3 now on Carly. And Alyssa Seitz shoots 2. Misses the first one. Seitz looking to make it a 2-point game. Misses them both. Rebound comes down to the Panthers. Peace. Drives into the paint, into a mass. And they're going to whistle Seitz for her 4th personal foul. Leah Seitz with 4 personal fouls, 2:21 to go in the third quarter. That's a loss. She's going to have to sit down for a while. Story comes back into the game. So now some of the Aces are going to need to step up to cover for Leah Seitz here. Sufel thought about it, but then she decides to drive in. Nyhart, and Nyhart's going to be, it's going to be a jump ball. And that'll stay with the Panthers. That shot up, no good. That might be 4 on Bergman. Yeah. Bergman now has 4 personals. Ouch. And at the line, Brooklyn Schlatter. 2:12 to go. She hits the first one. Perna will come in for Bergman. Brooklyn Schlatter one more. Gets them both. Schlatter makes it a 29-24 game, puts the lead back up to 5. Adams. Timeout from Josh Freese. 5-point lead for the Lady Panthers, 29-24. Timeout on the floor from the Aces bench. That's the 3rd timeout called by Coach Freese. They'll have 2 remaining for the remainder of the game. I don't think I mentioned head coach is Matt Arellano for the Paulding Panthers. Quick 30-second timeout. We'll get ready to get back into action here. Bill and Chris, glad to have you with us for our Lady Aces live stream here on the HIX-TV YouTube channel tonight. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you as a subscriber. Our goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the basketball season. And if you're willing to help us out, we'd sure appreciate it. Story into Nyhart. Nyhart back to Story. And back to Nyhart, now to Perna. Perna gets it off to Adams. Adams back to Perna. Perna pulls the trigger. Off the iron, no good. Rebound piece, but she's going to be tied up by Alyssa Seitz. Jump ball, and that should stay with the Aces. Heads up play, Alyssa Seitz. Maintains possession of the basketball and gives Hicksville another chance to cut into this 5-point lead. Long inbounds to Story for 3. Short and out of bounds. Pease will bring the ball up for the Panthers. Over to Sufel. Sufel inside. Bermejo, and then over to Schlatter, who launches it, no good. Alyssa Seitz grabs the rebound. Over to Kennedy Adams. Adams works her way up the floor. Over to Story. Inside to Nyhart, back to Adams. Adams for 3. In and out, no good. Nyhart almost with the rebound, but it winds up in Schlatter's hands. Schlatter with the breakaway, lays it up, and no good. Put back, no good. And a third try finally goes down for Sufel. Sufel with 7 points now, and it's a 31-24 game. These Lady Aces need someone to get the lid off the bucket here. Nyhart up off glass, no good. Seitz with the putback. Down it goes. Seitz makes it 31-26, and it's back to a 5-point contest. Peace to Sufel on the wing. She drives in off of Adams, but they get the ball back. Schlatter battling Adams, drives in, lays it up, no good. Seitz with the rebound to Adams, and here come the Lady Aces, down by 5. Adams over to Story, inside the Nyhart, and Nyhart gets fouled. That's going to be, I believe, on Sufel. Yep. Michaela's second, and team foul number 6. So the Aces one away from the bonus with 17.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. Perna loses the ball, but then it goes out of bounds. We'll see who touched it last. All right, we got some nice commentary from. I don't know if the microphones picked any of that up or not, but I hope anyway. Story up the floor, launches it at the buzzer, just misses. So we've played 3 quarters now, and at the end of 3, it's the visiting Panthers leading the Aces by 5, 31-26. Third quarter score. Well, at the break, we want to say thanks again to another of our diamond level underwriters, underwriting all of our Aces sports coverage here on Hicksville Community Television. And that's Denny Vetter and the whole gang at ARC Solutions Incorporated of Hicksville, Ohio. They're located on Industrial Drive. They're a world-class facility that they just do amazing stuff over there. There's way too much to try to list it all in a minute. So log online and check out for yourself the many solutions they have for business and industry, not only in Ohio, but all around the country, heck, around the world. ARC Solutions Incorporated online at www.arcsolinc.com. Can't thank them enough for their support, again, of all of our Aces Sports broadcasts here on Hicksville Community Television. ARC Solutions Incorporated of Hicksville, Ohio, and also online at arcsolinc.com. 8 minutes on the clock. 1 quarter to go. And a 5-point lead for the Lady Panthers. So this one is not out of reach by any means for the Lady Aces here tonight. Leah Seitz back on the floor, as is Lindsey Bergman. Both of them playing with 4 personal fouls. Paulding with the ball. start the third quarter. Sufel bounce passes inside to Barton. Her shot up, no good. Bermejo gets it. Or Bermejo, excuse me. That's her second bucket of the night. She's got 4 points. Leah Seitz in a double team, looking for some help, gets it to Adams. Adams now in a double team, trapped against the wall and against the sideline. Barton gets a hold of that pass and steals it away, and then she's going to be fouled by Nyhart. Nyhart's first personal, and that's team foul number 5 now on the Aces, so we might be shooting a lot of free throws here in this fourth quarter. At the line, Ellie Barton. Gets it. It's 5 points for Barton now, unofficially. Makes it 34-26. She's got one more coming. Misses that one. Rebound to Nyhart. Nyhart to Adams. Adams to Leah Seitz quickly in. Down to Alyssa Seitz, up and good.
Alyssa Seitz with the basket, assist, Bergman.
34-28 now. Back to a 6-point game. Pease bounce pass to Sufel outside of the three-point arc, looking things over. She'll move up to the top of the key. Bounce pass. The Panthers will work it around Schlatter. Kicks it back out to Pease. To Sufel. Now back to Pease down in the corner. Inside to Bermejo. Over to Schlatter. Inside to Pease. Pease, nothing there. Kicks it back out. Schlatter. Long shot, no good. Out of bounds. White ball. Adams to Seitz and right back to Kennedy Adams, and she'll bring it up the floor. Bergman tried to feed it down low to Seitz on the cross once again, but they missed it that time, and the ball turned back over to the Panthers. Sufel now working around the perimeter. Three-point attempt is nothing but net for Addison Pease. That's 7 points for her now tonight. 37-28. Seitz thought about the three, kicks it over to Adams instead. Adams loses the ball. It'll stay with the Aces, knocked out of bounds by Paulding. 5:56 to go. And timeout on the floor called by the Paulding bench. With 5:56 to go. 9-point lead for the Panthers, 37-28. A full 1 minute timeout. Again, this is going to be the last of our live streams for this week here on Hicksville Community Television. We've got a layoff until next week on Monday. We'll have the boys junior high games against Edgerton coming your way on Monday afternoon from the auxiliary gymnasium. We'll look forward to that. And then, I don't think there's much else in the way of basketball then until next week on Friday. But we do have wrestling again. Kind of excited for that. We haven't done a wrestling match for a while. And again, because of the odd scheduling, again, this month of January for basketball, the scheduling was kind of odd because there was like a lot of away games, more than usual in the month of January. And also the scheduling this year, they only have one home wrestling meet. And again, that's coming up next week on Tuesday. Montpelier and Patrick Henry, and we're going to be there with coverage for you here on the HIX-TV YouTube channel as well. At least we hope to be able to do the live stream. That's what we're going to plan on, at least. Leah Seitz with the ball as we're back in action. Long pass to Nyhart. Kicks it back out to Adams. Adams for three. No good. Put back by Bergman. Goes down. 10 points now for Lindsay. It makes it 37-30. Cuts the lead to 7. 5.5 minutes to go in regulation. Schlatter. Cook over to Bermejo and then back to Schlatter. inside and stolen away. Bergman comes up with the ball after Nyhart initially got possession. Adams for three, misses, and Nyhart loses it. It rolls on the floor, scooped up by Schlatter. She's going to go coast to coast, and it's knocked out of her grasp from behind by Adams, out of bounds. The ball will stay with Paulding, but at least the Aces will get a chance to set their defense here. Pease looking to get it inbounds. Launches it in off the back of the backboard and turns it over to the Aces. Adams into Leah Seitz, right back to Kennedy Adams, and then back to Seitz as she crosses half court. We go under 5 minutes in regulation. And another timeout called by Coach Josh Freese. Another full 1 minute timeout. As the music kicks back on from the Upper Deck Pep Band. We'll be hearing more from them, I am sure, as we move through the remainder of January and into February. And again, like I said, normally I can talk a lot about stuff that we've got coming up, but so we've got a 3-day weekend coming our way in terms of coverage on HIX-TV. So we've already mentioned, again, the junior high basketball coming up next week on Monday, wrestling on Tuesday, and then, of course, we'll be back in action here at the Red Zone 1 week and 1 day from today. Next week on Friday is the next time we'll be back here in the main gymnasium, and that'll be for a boys triple header, as the Aces will be hosting the Tenora Rams.
Well, I guess I do have one thing I could talk about, actually. They had the Student of the Quarter lunch today.
Oh, okay.
They had it up in the mezzanine for the second quarter.
Were you up there?
No, I was not. I actually received it last year, and once you get it once, you cannot get it again in high school.
Working around Leah Seitz in the corner. In and out, no good. Bergman tries for the putback. She'll get it to Alyssa Seitz, will put it up off the glass and good. So Seitz makes it 35-32 over to Bermejau and back to Pease for the Panthers. She'll work into the paint, shoot it out to Schlatter. Now Schlatter goes back the other way. Another bounce pass as they'll work around the perimeter. Drives in, takes it right back out. Guarded closely by Leah Seitz. And we're going to have another timeout. And that's going to be on the Paulding bench. So Aces with one timeout remaining. Quick 30-second timeout. Hicksville has one timeout remaining for the remainder of the game, at least in regulation. And Panthers are now down to 2 timeouts left. Again, the foul situation, Paulding has committed 16 fouls in this half. So the next foul committed by Paulding will put the Aces into the bonus. Hicksville has committed 5 team fouls, so they're not that far behind. So they've got a foul that they can give before they put the Panthers into the bonus here tonight. Looks like Ashlyn Story getting ready to check back in for Hicksville. Shortly, she's at the scorer's table. So she'll be on deck. And it'll be Paulding's ball out of bounds side court, far side from us. Inbounds to Schlatter. As we close in on the halfway point of the fourth quarter, Schlatter traveled. That'll be a turnover back to the Aces. As Sufel comes back into the game for Paulding, and Schlatter will sit down for a bit of a breather. Seitz brings the ball up. Under 4 minutes now, past halfway point. Bounce pass inside to Bergman, who tried to feed it to Seitz. And out of bounds it goes. Back to the Lady Panthers. Pease brings the ball up. Looking things over to Sufel. Sufel will take a little time off that clock too. Pease. Backs it out. Brings it back in. Bermejo. Over to Sufel. Sufel holds it on the wing. Feeds it inside. Bermejo again. She'll take it out beyond the three-point arc. Down to 3:11. And counting. Pease. She'll take it back out again. Guarded by Alyssa Seitz. And now Nyhard will come up. Adams guarding her now as we go below 3 minutes. And so they'll play a little keep away and see if they can. And that's going to be a jump ball. Alyssa Seitz, quick hands, makes it a jump ball. It'll go to the Aces with 2:46 left in regulation. Inbounds to Leah Seitz. Seitz to Adams. And back to Leah. Down to Alyssa. I'll work it around inside to Bergman, and Bergman's going to get fouled. That's going to be the third foul on Michaela Sufel. And that's going to put the Aces into the bonus for the remaining 2.5 minutes of this game. So it's 1-1 for Lindsey Bergman. Sufel checks in. Excuse me, not Sufel. Story checks in for Leah Seitz. Lily Porter on deck as well for the Aces. Bergman misses the front end. Rebound grabbed by Kukuk. Over to Bermejo. Guarded by Story. Story playing her close. Making her work to go up the floor. And that'll be another timeout. A full 1 minute timeout from the Panthers bench. So, score has not changed. Score remains the same, 37-32. Looks like Slaughter's going to get ready to come back in for the Lady Panthers. I'll pause to wet my whistle a little bit so I don't start getting all gravelly voice near the end. And we'll see what the Panthers head coach Mark Arellano has up his sleeve as he's working on the whiteboard. Looks like Josh Freese doesn't have the whiteboard in front of him, but he's having an animated discussion with his 5 players that are going to be out on the floor when play resumes as well. Again, it's a 5-point differential between these teams, and the Aces would dearly love to pick up their first Green Meadows Conference win here tonight. 2:17 to go. So we'll get ready to get back into action here at the Red Zone at Hicksville High School. Bill and Chris, glad to have you with us on this Thursday night. Rainy night in Northwest Ohio. Inbounds to Schlatter, and we're underway. Pease. Bermejo. And back to Schlatter. Again, they'll work to see if they can take a little air out of the ball here. Inbounds, and that's stolen by Hayden Nyhart. Nice play as she gets the ball to Story. Story down to Adams on the wing. Adams back to Story at the top. Story gets it to Adams. It's partially deflected, but Adams gets to the ball. Story now for 3. That's going to be short. And ball tipped into the hands of Kukuk. She'll get it over to Pease, and here come the Lady Panthers under 90 seconds to go. Down low, Kukuk up and good. Here comes Adams. They're down by 7 now, and as soon as she crosses half court, another timeout called by Coach Josh Freese. This will be the last timeout available for the Aces for the remainder of this game, a full 1 minute timeout. Well, this will be a good time to let you know that a great way to stay up to date with all the things that are going on here at Hicksville Community Television is to become one of our, check us out on Facebook. You can follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook page features not only information about what's going on here at Hicksville Community Television, we also feature a lot of community information. Got a lot of weather-related information that we posted today, for a matter of fact. And it's also a great way to, if something changes, we do a weekly live update every Wednesday at 4 o'clock. That is live. It's a Facebook Live thing on the Facebook page. And we pass along the very latest information we have about all of our upcoming events. But sometimes, things pop up outside of that Wednesday 4 o'clock time frame, and we post that information as soon as we have it for you right here, or right on the Hicksville Community Television Facebook page. So following that page is a great way to stay up to date with everything happening here at Hicksville Community Television. We want to thank all those who have already followed us, and if you haven't, please consider. Nyhart puts it up, no good. Seitz, Leah Seitz. It's going to be a whistle. And that's going to be on red 1. That'll be Addison Pease' third personal foul. Team foul number 8, and Leah Seitz with 1:01 on the clock, and the clock stopped, shooting 1-1. Leah hits the front end. She'll have one more. Seitz' second shot. Good. 5-point game now, 39-34. Sufel gets the inbounds for the Panthers. Sufel to Pease. Pease launches it down to Kukuk. She'll kick it back out to Bermajo. Bermajo guarded closely. She'll launch it out to Sufel. And Sufel's going to be fouled by Alyssa Seitz. So Seitz picks up her second. Team foul number 6. And out of bounds. And that'll be another foul on Seitz as they get to the 7. That's 3 now on Alyssa Seitz, and that's team foul number 7. So the Aces put the Panthers into the bonus with 47.9 seconds. And Addison Pease at the line to shoot 1-1. Pease misses the front end, but the rebound grabbed by Schlatter. Back to Pease. Didn't work out quite the way the Aces hoped. Schlatter back to Pease. Pease going to be fouled by Adams. That'll be Kennedy's first. And that's team foul number 8. And again, Pease at the line with 36.6 seconds to shoot 1-1. Hits the front end. She'll get the bonus. That makes it 40-34. It's a 6-point game now. 2-possession game. And she gets the second one to make it a 3-possession game, a 7-point differential. Quickly down the floor. 3-pointer up by Leah Seitz, in and out, no good. Pease quickly up the floor, and she'll be fouled by Adams again. That'll be 2 on Kennedy Adams now, and team foul number 9. This will be the last 1-1 that the Panthers will shoot. After this, it'll be double bonus, and they'll get 2 shots regardless. Addison Pease. Got it. That's 10 points now for Pease unofficially, as the game keeps getting a little further away from the Aces with every free throw made. Got that one too. Ouch. 43-34 now. 20 seconds. Adams drives in, puts the ball up, put back, no good. Nyhart, no good. And there'll be a foul. They're going to call it a jump ball underneath the basket. And that's going to be Paulding's with 12.5 seconds to go. Lady Aces had it within a couple of points a couple of times. It's not able to get over that hump. Sufel bounce passes it to Barton. Barton with 5. Barton, and the ball loose, grabbed by Leah Seitz, and the time expires. And that's the ball game. Your final score tonight here in the varsity matchup is the Paulding Lady Panthers defeating the Aces 43-34, the final score. Now, let me do some quick additions here, and we'll get you some unofficial final scores here in a moment. All right. So the teams will leave the floor, and we'll take a look at the unofficial scoring for the basketball game, beginning with the Lady Aces on the short end of the 43-34 final score. For the Aces, Ashlyn Story had a bucket and 2 points for the evening, and Kennedy Adams had a bucket and a free throw to finish up the night with 3. After that, Leah Seitz, pretty good night for Leah. She had 2 in the first half, but she added a 3-pointer and 4 free throws in the second half to finish up with 9 points tonight. Lindsay Bergman with 5 field goals for 10 tonight, and also Alyssa Seitz with 5 field goals and 10 points this evening. For the Paulding Lady Panthers on the winning side of things this evening, they were scoring this way. Brianna Bermejo finished up with a couple of buckets and 4 points this evening. Ellie Barton had a couple of field goals and a free throw for 5. It was 6 points for Brooklyn Schlatter. Schlatter had a bucket, or 2 buckets rather, and 4 free throws for her 6. No, I take that back. She had 1 bucket and 4 free throws for her 6. There we go, getting ahead of myself. After that, Michaela Sufel. Sufel had a 3-pointer, a 2-pointer, and 2 free throws for 7 tonight. Then in double figures, Carly Cookuk, she had 5 field goals for 10. And then Addison Peace. Addison had 2 field goals, a 3-point field goal, and 4 free throws to finish up leading all scorers tonight with 11 points. So again, final score 43-34 Paulding. The Lady Panthers will improve their overall record now to 2-13, and they'll now be 2-2 in the Green Meadows Conference, while the Lady Aces will now fall to 2-14 and 0-4 in the GMC. Want to say a big thank you to all of our Diamond Level underwriting supporters making our coverage possible here tonight. They include the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. Thanks also to APT Manufacturing Solutions of Hicksville, Ohio. They're also online at www.aptmfg.com/careers. Thanks to the Hicksville Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy, located in the heart of downtown Hicksville, Ohio. For information on COVID boosters, flu shots, or more, call 419-542-6218. And ARC Solutions Incorporated on Industrial Drive in Hicksville, Ohio. Find out about the many solutions they have for business and industry. Check them out online at www.arcsolinc.com. We also want to say a big thank you to our gold level underwriting supporter, underwriting all of our Aces basketball broadcasts. That's our good friends at Subway of Hicksville, where Al and the gang say, "Go Lady Aces." Subway of Hicksville, proud sponsors of the Subway Player of the Game Award. We hand that out at the end of each boys and girls varsity basketball game we cover for you here on Hicksville Community Television, and tonight is no exception. And tonight, the player of the game, no doubt in my mind, really stepping up and doing a great job tonight, Alyssa Seitz. 10 points to be one of the 2 double-figure scorers. Great assists, great transition play, and some key baskets when it really counted. So congratulations. Chris is nodding his head.
Yeah,
that's who he was going to vote for, too?
Yes, I was actually going to add in as well. I don't know if you noticed, Bill. She was also out there for defense.
Yep.
Out there when she normally is back by the basket. She was actually out there with Hayden Neihart for the defense and also playing a really good offense when Leah and Bergman were sitting down.
She really stepped up her game when they needed her and got some senior leadership out of Alyssa tonight. So congratulations, Alyssa Seitz. She's tonight's Subway Player of the Game. Got a $10 Subway gift card and a nice certificate that we will be giving to her when we see the girls play again sometime in February, I'm assuming. So again, congratulations to Alyssa Seitz, our Subway Player of the Game for this evening. Hey, we want to say a big thank you to Misters Haught and Overmeyer, the co-athletic directors, and everybody here at the Hicksville Athletic Department for, again, giving us the space and allowing us to live stream the coverage here tonight. That is greatly appreciated. And thanks to all of you for joining us on the live stream tonight. Hope you enjoyed the coverage here on Hicksville Community Television. And as I mentioned before, if you haven't already done so, or if you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing to the HIX-TV YouTube channel. We'd love to have you. You can click on the bell for notifications, and you know right away whenever we have a live stream coming up or whenever we post new programs to our video on demand library. And you can also hit the like and let us know whether you like what we're doing, and also help us out with the metrics for the search engines and all the stuff that YouTube does that I don't understand, but Chris is fascinated by it. He comes into my office and gets on the computer, and he can literally spend like 2 hours just looking at these squiggly lines and all these metrics. And
charts and other
there
things.
There you go.
Yes.
He just loves it. So anyway, for those of you who have subscribed, thank you so very much. And if you haven't, please consider subscribing and becoming a part of our community at Hicksville Community Television. So with that, we're going to wrap it up for this evening. Once again, your final score tonight, it's the Paulding Lady Panthers defeating the Lady Aces in the varsity contest 43-34. And until we talk to you again next week with junior high boys basketball action on Monday, for Chris Warner operating the camera on the headsets and overseeing the OBS software with the live stream, I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television, wishing all of you a very good night and good sports.